Good morning, Mountain Shadows, and happy Friday. It is fall, our second Friday of fall. Super excited to get this weather better for us to be able to enjoy being outside. All right, got a couple of announcements to make. Oh, let's do lunch today. This is the end of September, so your last Friday in September is a beef hot dog, a fresh veggies, ranch dip, and frozen fruit slush. All right, couple of reminders. I want to start with first, just reminding you that we are leaders, and as leaders on campus, we use kind words. I have been hearing some inappropriate language, and I'm going to be starting to really crack down on that. I can hear it sometimes just out on the field with students. So let's remember as leaders that we are using appropriate language on campus and watching what we say and being kind to each other. In the hallway, you'll notice that our blue, they're actually chalkboards, those blue boards on the wall are chalkboards, and we are trying to get some leadership quotes on there. And Mrs. Simpson did a beautiful quote on her board outside of her and Miss Beretta's room in the 300 building. And the very same afternoon that she did it, somebody ran their fingers right across it and made a mess of it. So I'm going to ask you to remember, being a leader is about doing the right thing when nobody is watching. So even when you're in that hallway, you're still following those HALA expectations, and keeping your hands off bulletin boards and chalkboards is part of that. And if you see somebody doing that, do the right thing and tell them to knock it off and let an adult know so that we can help correct that behavior. Okay, so it's very sad. Ms. Simpson put a lot of work into that and did a leadership quote, and we have our Lighthouse team. They're going to tell you they're going to be starting to do leadership quotes on all of our boards in our hallways, and so they're going to be putting the work in, so they also don't want you touching them and running your fingers across them. So please, I'm going to ask that we all remember those HALA expectations and being leaders in the hallway. Don't forget, Veterans Action Team, if you would like to join and help out with our Veterans Assembly, your applications are due on Monday. I've gotten 2 so far, so I'm hoping I got some more kids that are still just waiting to get signatures can help out, because we need some help running that assembly. So even if you don't want to speak, you absolutely can help with planning it, but also doing the stuff behind the scenes. So I'm hoping some of you that are not in action teams will join that. So you have still time to pick up an application today, take it home, get it signed, have your teacher sign it, and turn it in on Monday, because our first meeting is on Wednesday. We got a lot of planning to do, so we have to get started. Super excited about our new view boards in the classroom. Please make sure you're being respectful and learning how to use them properly with your teachers. I'm also super excited because some of our 6th grade leaders had said something to Dr. Gilbert about needing some new soccer balls and tether balls out there. So I'm working on getting a hook for these, which is why it's on my desk. But they wanted to, and Dr. Gilbert listened to them, and she purchased some new soccer balls, some kickballs. There was some other equipment that she bought, the tether balls. So those 6th graders, they are responsible for those. And so they've been talking about, because 6th grade, you end it, and you're responsible for making sure the playground is cleaned up when you guys get off the playground. So please make sure, and those of you that are in the other grades, it's your responsibility. If you take something out of that cart, make sure you put it back. Don't just kick it and leave it out in the field. Don't just leave it in the sand. If you want to keep this equipment that was purchased for you, you've got to take care of it. So that takes all of us. So that's part of our playground HALA expectation as well, is taking care of equipment. So hold each other accountable. If you see somebody out there playing with the ball and they just decide to kick it and they run in when the whistle's blown, you need to say, hey, as leaders, we need to get that ball, or let me rephrase that. As leaders, you need to get that ball and go put it in the cart. So I know our 6th graders, they were super excited when Dr. Gilbert bought those, and they want those equipments to stay in the cart. Because if we see it out there, we're going to start pulling it off, and you're not going to have it in the cart, and you're going to end up going, where's everybody at? Where's everything at? And we're going to tell you, you lost it because kids weren't putting it back in the cart the way it goes. So Be responsible, take care of that equipment, and make sure it gets put back in the cart. It takes all of us, guys, all of us to do it. All right, you got one more week of quarter one. So you need to be turning in, making sure this is the end of the quarter, and you got to get those grades turned in. Next Friday is the end of quarter one. A week from today is the end of quarter one. So make sure if you have any retakes or anything needs to be done, you got to do it, because our honors assembly for our 3rd through 6th grade, actually for everybody, but leadership for 1st through 6th, I should say, is coming up October 20th. And so we'll be doing something for honor roll and principals list for our big kids. So check those grades. Even if it's special areas, you got to have the A's and B's in all areas to get honor roll, and all A's for principals list. All right, just want to do a little reminder there. I got a movie for you for today. Let's see if you know what this is. Okay, if you know the movie and you see me, let me know what it is. Have a great weekend, everybody.